This is Dave with MDW Canine.
Thanks for clicking, but I got you. Clickbait. Now this is my new episode, my new trial and error. Pretty much a vlog. It's called Refilling the Dish. I'm going to call it Refilling the Dish Raw and Uncut. I am going to be talking to you about Zak George. Just, there's not too much to expose besides how amazing and gifted and talented this man is. Sorry, I do have to look at my nose, and since I'm not cutting it, you guys are going to have to see why I look down so much and why there is so much cutting involved in my videos. It's early morning, late at night. I don't know how loud I am or how I'm projecting. I just couldn't sleep. There's a lot of things running through my head. A few articles I want to publish on my website to go along with some of the videos I've been working on. Like I said, I know everything's not the best quality. I'm working on it. But I enjoy writing, and while I get better with the video shooting as my equipment progresses, yeah, I'm just going to keep it up. Might as well. I have nothing to lose, man. There's nothing to lose, the world to gain. So, yeah. But the reason why I named this video Zak George Exposed, mainly I wanted to talk about this man and the great things he's doing for the dog training community. He's a wonderful speaker. He conveys his message very well, and I truly am envious of his voice. I tend to mumble a lot. I do not speak clearly. I'm sure you guys cannot tell. I'm pretty good, apparently, speaking to the camera. But over the phone, people are like, man, what are you trying to say? I don't understand what you're saying. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But this guy, he knows how to train a dog. He knows dog behavior. And he knows people very well. I noticed more on the balanced side, I guess if you want to call it balanced, more the aversive type of trainers, the ones that use compulsion. Like I've stated before in previous videos, I'm not talking necessarily about compulsion as a definition. I'm talking about physical coercion, a correction. A physical correction is what I'm speaking of. These trainers have it out for him. They are saying he is completely wrong. And he is doing more damage to dog and dog's owners than he is helping. I highly disagree with their sentiments. Balanced trainers, the ones that use aversive techniques, the ones that use punishment first, are the ones damaging the most dogs. How prevalent are positive trainers, and how much do you see their videos comparative to these balanced trainers? How often have you heard your friends, co-workers, family talk about their dog is showing dominance and how they need to be the leader? I mean, almost every client I get says the same thing. They don't sit there and show me that they're giving their dog too much attention. They give their dog attention at the wrong times, but they don't show me that, oh, the dog's doing great. Like, the dog thinks it's a boss and I need to show it. Really think about these balanced trainers and their efforts to train well. Look at the number of dogs in shelters across America and how many dogs are dying. I understand you have some sick, twisted, tormented people that like to breed dogs and dump them just to make some quick cash. I get that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the behaviorally challenged dogs that end up dead in the shelters for no reason besides piss poor training advice. And this poor training advice generally isn't coming from a positive perspective. The number one rule when it comes to dog training is it's about owner education. And if you're teaching an owner to punish first, it goes with the basic rules of psychology and imprinting. If you imprint onto a person that they need to punish their dogs first, they're always going to resort to punishment. There's never going to be praise or a reward or positive reinforcement. There will always be a punishment. They'll begin to get more frustrated and angry with their dogs during basic things where the dog is making simple mistakes, but they see it as the dog is disobeying the pack leader, which is very damaging to the dog. More times than I can count, and more trainers than I can name, more trainers than I can name, I have worked with a dog that was punished and overcorrected, which was the root of the problems it was having. It's not because the owners praised the dog at the wrong time. It's not because the owners treated the dog at the wrong time. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these times in these instances they did, but also when they're doing wrong things, a correction was implemented when in actuality the dog just needed to be completely ignored. And if you take it in a strategic type of thinking, dog training is for the longevity of the dog's life. It's not right now, it's not 2 weeks, it's not 3 weeks. So if you look at it in this perspective, it takes time. And if you do it correctly from the moment you get the dog, whether it's a puppy or a crazy dog you get from the pound that's 3 years old and has a bite history, the moment you walk it into the door, you establish rules. You must establish rules. It can't just run free. But it doesn't need a correction. You need to teach it. And if you're not able to teach it, you have to wash dishes. Then it should be somewhere safe where it's not getting reinforced positively by its bad behaviors. The only reasons dogs keep doing things we dislike is because they were rewarded positively for that behavior. So they keep going back and they keep doing it again and again because they keep getting rewarded. So if you take that reward away from them, they will never do it. They will never need to receive a punishment. Now I do want to start making videos on, I don't want to do what Gage O'Brien is doing, necessarily exposing trainers, which I have to say a lot of them need exposing. But I would rather critique and be the spotter. Somebody that is near and dear to my heart, my mentor. I'm not going to say her name. But she showed me this way, and she critiqued me to the point on how I want to critique these other trainers. I want to critique when the dog flinches, when it looks away, when it squats, when you could tell that it's expecting a correction. So you could see, of course, why this dog is behaving the way it is. But in my mind, 2 weeks for a board and train, and you're doing a sit-stay that's 2 football field lengths away, I could just imagine, well, I don't even have to imagine, I know the amount of pressure that these trainers are putting on this dog, and potentially what damage they're doing. Not only this, but they're in a state where leash laws exist. So they're actually knowingly, willingly breaking the law and putting it on video camera. And it's not only in the name of dog training, like a lot of the abuse that occurs in the name of training, but they're deliberately not walking their dogs on the leash to show how good their dogs that they're training are in 2 weeks, which is against the law. And like I said, dog training is all about owner education. And they're teaching these owners that they should knowingly and willingly break the law by walking their dogs off leash. Like I said, this was a little bit of clickbait saying, exposing Zak George. I love the guy. You're right, it is. I'm just trying to get the message out there. I'm trying to get more positive trainers in the limelight. So when you look up dog training on YouTube or dog training on Google, you don't come across these idiots claiming that they're dog trainers. Well, I guess that's it for now. I feel like I have so much more I want to say, and I will be saying it to you guys eventually, just not all on one video. If you're enjoying this, you could please click like, please click subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're out there. We're going to keep posting, and we're going to keep writing. We love you. Have a good night, morning, day. Enjoy your job. Me.